a deadly night of long-range strikes between Russia and Ukraine. Kyiv hitting deep into Russian territory, Moscow striking back overnight. We break down 5 key developments next. Sirens, drones, and fire. Another overnight exchange between Moscow and Kyiv. From an oil refinery to a nuclear plant, here's what happened and why it matters. Ukraine says it's bringing the war home. Russia says it shot down over 600 drones. Today, 5 flashpoints, reshaping this conflict's next phase. Overnight, Russia and Ukraine traded some of their heaviest long-range strikes in weeks. Ukrainian drones hit military, energy, and civilian sites deep inside Russian territory, killing at least 8 people, from the Volga region to Belgorod. Moscow's defense ministry claims it intercepted 635 Ukrainian drones overnight, a number that can't be independently verified, but signals the scale of Kyiv's campaign. Russia, meanwhile, struck back, hitting Ukrainian port infrastructure in Mykolaiv and launching glide bombs on Zaporizhzhia that killed 1 person and injured 21. One of the night's biggest targets, Russia's oil industry. Kyiv says it struck the Rosneft-linked refinery in Saratov, more than 600 kilometers from the front line. President Zelenskyy called it part of Ukraine's long-range sanctions campaign aimed squarely at the revenue that fuels Russia's war machine. Fires were reported at the site. Unverified video showed flames at the facility. Ukraine also says it hit a military airbase in nearby Engels, home to Russia's long-range bomber fleet. Ukraine's drone forces say they didn't just strike energy targets, they went after Russia's ability to defend its own skies. Kyiv says it destroyed a Russian air defense system plus 7 radar stations across the Krasnodar region in southern Russia. Ukrainian forces called the wreckage scrap metal, saying they'd knocked out key parts of Russia's aerial surveillance network, roughly 270 kilometers behind the front line. Ukraine also renewed its campaign against an unlikely target. Wildberries, Russia's largest online retailer, often compared to Amazon. Drones struck a logistics warehouse in the Samara region, roughly 800 kilometers from Ukraine's frontline positions. It's part of a pattern. Nearly a dozen Wildberries sites hit since mid-July, an effort Kyiv says is meant to squeeze Russia's wartime economy. No casualties were reported there, but elsewhere, the toll was heavier, with fatal strikes reported in Udmurtia and Belgorod overnight. And the most alarming claim from Russia's nuclear sector. State nuclear corporation Rosatom says a Ukrainian drone struck a passage connecting all 6 reactor units at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. Rosatom's chief says the strike landed just meters from reactor unit 3, though he says no explosion followed. Officials also claim Ukraine tried to hit the plant's spent nuclear fuel storage site. The plant, Europe's largest, has been under Russian control since early in the war, and both sides have long accused each other of endangering its safety. The IAEA continues to monitor the site and has repeatedly warned that military activity near the plant poses a serious safety risk.
Передаю привет, ВБ Ангарский. Ахайо. Охайо, я сделал, да ты бою. Это пиздец.
Сука, урод ебаный!
Живы были, коллеги, блин. Я сейчас просто оглянулась, на крыше стою, смотрю.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.